Good afternoon, this is Michael with Coleman & Company, and we're going to show you the GEMfix Model 60XC. What this is a rolled material cutter. It takes rolls of material, cuts it into sheets, basically just about any length you want, from 2 centimeters in length all the way out to roughly 999 meters. So a little crazy, but let me explain something. It is an air-operated machine, so on this side of the machine, we're going to show you how we hook up the air. Just a typical hydraulic air hose goes into our regulator, and the regulator for the machine is on the back of the machine, on the back of the control tower. All regulated right there. It's just a little harder for you to see it with the camera, so we're using another addition right here. So this machine is ready to go. The GEMfix Model 60XC has a very simplified, which I appreciate, simplified control panel. The top set of black buttons is increase or decrease the length of the cut. The second set is increase or decrease the number of cuts. The third one down is automatic function. So you hit the button here and it automatically goes through its feed that you've put the information in above. This button here moves the roller a little forward if you want to feed your material through. The bottom one brings the roller the other way, so it brings that material back. And the manual cut is when you hold this one down, it'll give you a nice clean cut to start. We're going to show you that right now. Just like that. Okay, we have some very simple copy paper loaded. There should be enough material here to cut some 1-inch cuts. So with the very first top, or the top set of buttons, we're going to move the number from 1 up to 10. And on this machine, a solid number such as 10, 20, 30, 40 represents 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch, 4 inch, and so on. The numbers in between are fractions of that. When you get our manual with the GEMfix, those numbers will all be listed, so it's helpful. Second set of numbers down is how many pieces I'm going to cut. So I'm going to bring this up to the number 8. So we're going to get 8 1-inch cuts. Now before I hit the auto button, we're going to zoom the camera out so you can see the pieces in action. Okay, we're going to hit the auto button to make the process work. All right, our next cut is going to be what we call Mermaid Skin. It's basically like a fabric that's got some heat seal glue on the back. Fantastic to work with, and not everybody wants to buy a roll, so we're going to sheet it. So here we go. Put the material on the roll as if it was a waterfall falling towards the front of the machine. And then once we get the other piece on, we can make the adjustment. Okay, so we're in good shape there. Just simply sits on this and gets pulled. It goes under the rear bar. And once we get that in place, we can then move the side buttons. I've also learned it's easier just to lift the bar up to get it started. Machine is made extremely well. You will not be disappointed with its quality. This bar weighs approximately 24 pounds, and that helps tremendously to keep your material where it needs to be. We're going to hit the advance button just to get things moving along. And a little bit of help here. We're just going to put a small piece of material in the front to get it moving forward through the whole process. This is one of those things when you have a high curl material, you sometimes have to give it a little bit of a guide to get it moving. Okay? Now we're going to set up the guide rings back here on the bottom bar to keep things where they should be. Once those are in place, I'm going to bring it back a little and give us a nice clean cut by hitting the manual button. Holding that down, it gives me a nice clean cut to the front of the machine. So we're going to set up some numbers and then we'll start the cutting. Okay, we have loaded the Mermaid Skin like we did in the previous little video, and I've set the machine to be 130 in the length, which pertains to 13 inches, and I'm going to do 8 cuts, so we should all be set. So we're going to hit the auto button. one needed a little bit of push. And while it's cutting, it is counting down how many cuts have been completed, so that's a nice little aspect of it. Okay, so it did what I needed for the job to be done. So we're going to move on to another larger piece of material in just one moment. This little snippet of video will be cutting a roll of Teflon material. We cut it into sheets. We sell it 17 by 21, so we buy a roll that's 17 wide, and we'll do the 21-inch cuts right here. So we're going to go through the process of loading it onto the GEMfix 60XC, the hydraulically powered rolled material cutter. I said hydraulically, didn't I? I think it's air powered, not water powered. Okay. I think I just caught my mistake. Okay, that was simple enough. Now we're going to do the waterfall look, how you take your roll and it comes like a waterfall. We're going to set it up under the roller. We're going to move these little guides out of the way until we get it all set up. We're going to lift up this bar, get it started. Put it back into place. That's a workout by itself. We're going to start the rolling. Now we're going to set the guides to keep it where it needs to be. And we're good to go. We're going to bring the material back a little bit. Give myself a nice clean cut by hitting the manual button on the right. Just like that. Nice clean edge. Now, we're going to cut this 21 inches in length, so that number pertains to 210. So 210, we're going to bring up the numbers. It goes a little faster than I can count, so this is going to take just 30 seconds or so. So we're at 200, going through 212, I passed it, there we go. We're at 210 right now. We're going to do one test cut, so I have the number of quantity to 1. We're going to hit the auto button. I love that sound. So I don't have the 21-inch ruler in front of me, but I've got an 18-inch ruler, and we're going to make that mark, and we're going to look at 3 inches, and we are perfect. So we're going to let that drop in our box, and we're going to put this quantity number up to, say, 10, just to give you a nice little quick snippet, and hit the auto button. It makes a very unique sound when it cuts Teflon. It's like we've upset a chipmunk or something. That's okay. This takes me away from having to do this by hand. I need a bigger box to these to drop in. Could be a ringtone. The GEMfix can cut just about any material you put through it. We've had success cutting something as thick as 1/8 of an inch. It was a heavy polyurethane for a customer. People use it to cut BubbleWrap, vinyl, transfer paper, Teflon. You saw Mermaid Skin earlier. So just about anything that is rolled material that has a weight limit of less than 80 pounds per roll can be cut on this. It's incredibly accurate, very, very easy to work with. The quality is second to none. Honestly, the only thing that I could possibly tell you is that you're going to be replacing the blades every now and again. The blades are a simple, straight blade. They are under this gizmo gadget right here. It takes 2 screws on each side using a 3mm Allen key. We're not shooting that video today, but the blade is a long 4-inch blade that you literally snap in half because it's a breakaway blade, and you turn them so that you're making a triangle. So there's a triangular blade that slides back and forth with the air. I can't explain to GEMfix how to make this cutter better. They've done a fabulous job. You will enjoy it. It'll give you years of service. You won't be disappointed. Buy your GEMfix 60XC today. Thank you very much.
makes sense that it's heavy enough.
Buy your GEMfix 60XC today.